Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk about a little bit about single ply powerlifting, the gear that goes into it, and then finish recapping how I did at the Hawaii Fit Expo. Sorry if my dog barks, she's a little bit crazy, and they're mowing, I don't know, doing something outside, so she's going nuts. Anyways, so first off, this is my squat suit. Shout out to Tony Harris, world level, multiple time world champion, national champ. What was it, 2016? This is actually his squat suit. So definitely is too big for me. I'm getting a new suit. But I always suggest if it's your first time doing single ply, you want to be in something that isn't super tight. You know, getting in a squat suit is uncomfortable in and of itself, even if it is loose. Learning the mechanics of how to squat in a squat suit because of the tightness is also another factor, something that you need to factor in. So you really want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And I do believe that a lot of my success is because I chose this squat suit. It just made me feel the most comfortable. And I tried on a few suits, and this is the one that we settled with. I did have the straps taken in a bit. They're still loose on me, which you'll see in my deadlift video. They're still quite loose. Oh, by the way, I also wear this for deadlifts. We'll get to that later. But I did have them taken in, but same thing. I didn't want it super tight on the straps because as you go in the hole, the straps pull and it gets tighter, which tends to, you know, if you're not used to it, you collapse in the hole, all of those sort of things. So this is the squat suit. If you can see the material, it's this super thick, canvasy material. So it doesn't have really any stretch to it. So it's kind of, I always like to think of it as like the slingshot, you know, when you're sitting into the hole, that pressure is building, but then when you get to the hole, it just drives you up. So that's really the power in this squat suit. Plus Tony Harris wore it, so obviously, you know, that's how I got my 584 in this bad boy. So that's my squat suit. I'm just gonna skip ahead and talk about deadlifts now too, because I wore the same suit for deadlifts. Why? They do make deadlift suits specific for the deadlift. I am borrowing gear and I only had access to a few different options. The one deadlift suit that I have that is actually a deadlift suit was way too tight. When I mean way too tight, I had 4 guys helping me try to get it on, and we still couldn't get it all the way to where it needed to sit on my thigh. So I knew that there would be no way that I'd be able to even bend down to pick up the bar in that suit, you know, if I was struggling this much just putting it on. So we tried out a few things. You know, I tried out my Inzer champion suit, which is just like a half suit. You know, because you can deadlift in that, but I wanted something that was really like a single ply suit for my first single ply meet. And a lot of people do deadlift in their squat suits, so I thought, hey, let's try it out. Tried it out, it worked out. You'll see in my deadlift videos, I actually pull sumo. I think that because the sumo stance most resembles how I squat in this suit, it really complements it pretty well, considering. I will be getting a new squat suit, new bench shirt, new deadlift suit, new knee wraps, wrist wraps. So super excited to share that all with you guys in another video. But last thing for the squats that I wanted to go over for gear is the knee wraps. So these are Inzer True Blacks. I love them because they're soft, but you can really pull them tight and get them, it's a nice wrap. Just one little pointer, if you are doing a single ply meet, I had 3 sets of wraps, 1 for each attempt. This literally saved us. We had 2 handlers handling myself, John Barang, and Nalu Bagayas. And we were all next to each other in the flight. It was me, JB, then Nalu. So our handlers had a tough job. Shout out to Aaron, shout out to Ness. Thank you guys so much for handling us that day. We couldn't have done it without you. All right, guys, so let's talk about the bench. All right, so this is a Super Katana Titan angled sleeve bench shirt. Shout out to Darren Matsumoto who got me this bench shirt. I love this shirt. Very sad that I'm gonna have to retire it for the Olympia. But yeah, love this shirt. Let's see, let's talk about the bench shirt. Wow. This has got to be the toughest of all of the equipment to learn. The margin for error on bench when you're in a bench shirt is so small. You know, at any time, if you get out of the groove, the bar can come to your face, the bar can come forward, you know, and you have so much weight in your hands. You know, typically you're having more weight than you would have in your hands raw. You know, you're doing essentially an overload, and so many things can go wrong. Again, just like I talked about in the squat, loose, baby, loose, 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 loose. You do not need to have a shirt that for your first meet, okay? For your first meet. I'm talking about if you're new getting into single ply. It does not need to be the shirt that takes 20 people to get into, you know, that has everybody's here and you're walking out here like this, and no. You know, work your way up there. Get a loose shirt, feel it out, get used to getting that groove, because even a loose shirt is gonna be tight when you're new to single ply. Trust me, I remember thinking in the squat, in the bench, am I ever gonna make depth on the squat? Am I ever gonna touch my chest in a shirt? I mean, these were real concerns because it is so tight and you're so new to it that you wanna put yourself in a position where you can be successful. I truly believe that the loose gear set me up for success. So, yep, this is the bench shirt. The angled sleeves, love them. It really just helped me set those shoulders in the bench. Yeah, challenge with the bench shirt, like I said, touching your chest. Once you learn that groove, it's awesome. You'll see in my bench videos. I had failed my third attempt, 341, several times in training. That day, you know, the groove was on point. Shout out to Josh Jaggers, who made sure that my shirt was on point all day long. All right, guys. So apparently nobody got videos of my openers this day except for my deadlifts. So this is my second attempt. 325 on the bar, super smooth. All right, third attempt, 341. I had missed this several times in training. Look how fucking easy that is. Oh my God. I don't know how that day, everything just went so well on the bench. I'm so glad that this conversation got recorded. Leo telling me to go for a fourth attempt at 402. All right, here's another shot at my third attempt, 341, flying up. Let's see what I put down at Olympia. 11 weeks out.
Let's go.
All right, so here is my opener deadlift. 429. Deadlifts have never been my favorite lift, and I didn't really give much focus to this in training. I'm deadlifting in my squat suit. Luckily, I will be getting a new deadlift suit for Olympia, so I plan on really focusing on my deadlifts this next training cycle. Three white lights.
Let's go, sis.
All right, my second attempt. 452. This is not a PR. I don't usually deadlift sumo. I'm usually, when I deadlift raw, I pull conventional. Sumo's just in my opinion, easier in a suit because it's easier to grab the bar. It also gives you a little bit more of a pop in the deadlift, in the sumo position. 3 white lights. So those were both state and American records, but I didn't break the world record until my third attempt. This is my third attempt. 475. So I chipped the American record so that I could break a 1400 total. Little bit of a struggle, but 3 white lights. So broke the American and world records on that one. So I told Ms. that I would take a 4th attempt to 501 if I made that. So my back was so fried, I had to take a shot of vodka before this last lift. So here's 501. At this point, I was like, YOLO, let's just fucking go for it. I don't know if you saw that, but that was my teammate smacking my back. Seriously, so hard. We call her the Killer Bee. That's a long story. Back to our first deadlift party. So here's 501, 4th attempt. Could not get my hips through. I was actually so surprised at how far it actually got off the floor. I'm coming for you, Olympia. All right, so I just want to recap just a few thoughts overall. If you are doing your, or want to get into single ply, preparing for your first single ply meet, loose gear is always the best gear at your first meet. Make all your squats. I know it's tough because you're in a squat suit and you're in knee wraps, but make your squats. You know, set yourself up, make good openers, make good calls. Don't let your ego get ahead of you. You're in equipment. You're not raw. Equipment is a totally different game. You want to know that you're going to get these numbers in, because when you set yourself up to make attempts, to be successful, that momentum will carry you through. You know, I really honestly believe that making those 3 squats, that's what set me up for the whole day. The rest of the day, I was on this adrenaline high. First woman to squat over 500 from Hawaii, and I smashed 584. I mean, the bench after that was like, fuck yeah, I got this. And that's the mentality you want to have. You don't want to come in like, shit, I only got 1 squat in. Now I really need to make up for the bench. Like, I really need to get these, but then you have all this pressure on you. So set yourself up from the beginning. Be successful. You know, when you're successful, it feels good. Who cares if you did more in training? You're on the fucking platform now. This is where you need to perform. So don't let what you did in the gym get in the way of making smart calls on the day of. What is your body feeling that day? What lifts can you make? That's really what's going to set you up for success. And I believe that this goes for raw or single ply. You know, those calls, setting yourself up 9 for 9. This is my second meet, guys. Second meet, second time. Hawaii Fit Expo. What? Second time going 9 for 9, baby. First time raw. First time. The next time was single ply. I mean, 9 for 9 feels fucking good, guys. And was I sandbagging? Hell no. That 3rd squat was my max that day. Now my bench, I probably could have gone higher. You know, Leo said go for a 4th, but I knew I had to still deadlift. You know, so I was playing it smart by playing the game. I don't want to fry my back, my shoulders, you know, trying to potentially miss a 4th attempt on the bench. Like, let's keep on going. So, anyways, guys, if you have any comments, any other suggestions for future videos, thank you so much for watching. Aloha, mahalo. Talk to you soon.